I want to take the drivers back to New Year's Eve, December the 31st. Uber came out with offers, right? And what was a little fishy is that right up to about 3-4 o'clock, Lyft waited. And then they announced numbers, offers, or surges, bonuses that were slightly higher, not much. So psychologically, and please follow me here, and again, you can comment below if you think I'm wrong or if you think I'm right. I'm not claiming I'm right. I've always followed my gut feeling throughout my entire life. It has never let me down. And when I smell something fishy, I usually dig a little bit deeper because I believe I'm onto something here. Follow me. So on this particular day, they waited till the very late afternoon. They came out with their offers, knowing that a driver follows the money, right? So there were a lot of drivers that are on both platforms, Uber and Lyft, that just started out the night on Lyft. Later on, found out that, okay, I'm gonna cash out maybe my first $150 or $200. Hey, what's going on? Why can't I cash out? So at that point, Lyft did a few things. They took your 85 cents. Thank you for trying to cash out. Interesting, right? They took that. And then they claimed, you know, that late night, morning, following day, look, we're incurring a glitch. Now, many of these Lyft drivers still haven't seen their money. We're on the 4th, going on to the 5th of January, 2024. And here's the strange thing. I have been getting all these emails, comments, text messages saying, oh, we believe a couple of people tried to tip you, right? You could look at the thumbnail. We believe we owe you $15.68. Now this comes from a driver who put in many, many hours and makes way more than $15.68, right? But here is where I think David Risher, or hashtag David Glitcher, effed up big time. They continued to take your money, the fares. Hey, go out, keep on driving, right? Keep on driving, but we can't pay you. And when they took the money from a rider after the trip, follow me here, right? Call it $40, $50, and maybe a $10 tip, right? That in their database, because they're logging all of these numbers, should be, hey, driver X received 50 plus 10, $60. So I ask you, why days later, right, are they saying we owe you another $15.68? We believe that is what riders try to tip you. They should know exactly what the amount is, right? And not only that, if the Lyft driver, and here's the most important thing, if the Lyft driver did get his money back yesterday or the day before, right, those unpaid earnings, you would think it would be the fare plus the tip. That's the way it's always is. So why are they splitting this and saying, oh, you know, we paid you yesterday, but today we believe we owe you another $15. David Risher, you know exactly what you owed this driver, Clayton. I see this as maybe one of the biggest tip grabs. It's my opinion. It's a tip grab, right? Where they do two things, and it takes some evil minds, and you have to unfortunately think very evil here, right? And I've seen a lot in business, and I can tell you in South Africa, I came across a lot of people that just came into the country, try to do dirty business, and then leave. I was set up multiple times, even by Russian guys. I did a 600,000 equivalent to $600,000 deal with casino machines, and they came in, but we sensed there was something fishy, and I got my armed security and I literally ambushed the house, right? We jumped in, we were in there with machine guns. I got the money back. We literally took these guys hostage. And I'd worked in the, in the intelligence in the South African Defense Force. So I knew how to track these people down. I knew how to find them. I got hold of the airport logs when they were supposed to fly back. I paid a couple of people. And I learned in South Africa, this is why I'm sharing this with you, that dealing with crazies, you had to decipher and figure out the craziness in a deal, right? And when I look at this crazy deal from Lyft, from the December the 31st till January the 1st, some people were paid out. They were paid out the fares a day later. It's logged as January the 1st. Some people several days later still haven't received their monies. Some people have received money yesterday and now they're receiving their tips today. There's the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail. We believe we owe you $15.68. If there was a glitch, you are sending that entire amount, fares plus tips, back. Why are you splitting this and saying, okay, we sent you the fares and we believe we owe you $15.68? It makes no sense at all. To me, this was an opportunity to not reveal what you got tipped on that night, right? You may have figured out in your logs, okay, I earned that, and you can go through it and reconstruct it later. I earned that and that on that trip. But when it comes to tips, they were withholding this information and then paying out later, meaning you had no access to the real numbers. And I've heard from several drivers, hey, I drove all the night. I was driving Uber Black. I usually will make, 30, 40, at least 50, 60 bucks tips. Why are they paying me $5, $6? Whoever is investigating this, whether it's maybe attorneys one day that can subpoena information, we need to dig very, very deep here, because something is extremely fishy. This, to me, paying later, not paying at all, splitting the fare payment one day and then the tip payment the next day, sounds like A, you needed the money on your books for the last day in the quarter, December 31st. Number one, achieved. You've achieved that. Got all this money, on the books on December 31st before midnight. Secondly, you made it so difficult for a driver to understand what actually did I get paid in fares and tips. Well, the tip information, it truly looks like they withheld it from you. And just read that thumbnail, and I should make another follow-up on this. Now, I hope that Sergio in the next 2 to 3 weeks allows me to come on to show me the money or to an interview. I'll be a little bit more like a pit bull. Just forewarning you, Sergio, that in the interview I will go, you have a far larger audience. I will go after Dara Khosrowshahi and David Risha and Tony Zhu and a few others, far stronger than anyone has before, right? By the way, sitting here at 11:30 at night, last trip for the day. I'm just past Southwest at arrivals, picking up a late flight. Clients are coming in. This is the way to go, right? I'm charging them $250 for this. I had 2 trips right before this, and I'm going to end the day with about $750 plus tips. It's a great day. So Leave your comments. Some people were paid bonuses later. Oh, we believe we didn't pay you a bonus. Here's an extra $5. We believe you had some tips that are unpaid. This example, here's $15.68. This man made more than $15.68, ladies and gentlemen. And if there was a glitch and they didn't pay out the fares and the trips, they knew exactly what that combined dollar amount was. Why, David Risher, are you paying a driver yesterday the fares, and today apparently we believe you made $15.68 on tips? We haven't paid you that. We're going to pay you now. It's so fishy. And I follow my gut here. I'm going to follow how I worked in the Defense Force, how I gathered in intelligence. And by the way, Uber and Lyft, that's what really, I mean, I could be far more aggressive in my videos, but I'd get myself into some serious trouble. So I'm right there on the borderline, right? I've already received phone calls. I know how far to push it. You're talking about a one-man show over here that definitely has the know-how and the skill set and the street smarts of many of the people that David Risher and specifically Dara Khosrowshahi, specifically Travis Kalanick hired for that company. They've hired former CIA agents. They've hired former FBI agents. They know how to get intel. I know how to get intel, right? I have to be very careful what I say and what I do. You know, I definitely have gone on the attack in the last few years. I definitely know they don't like me, and I definitely know I've cost this company millions upon millions upon millions, filing lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit, working with multiple law firms, educating drivers how to get their money back. They've made that very apparent to me. The attorneys from both sides, Uber and Lyft, they don't like that. They're losing money. So, you know, come to me, make me an offer, let's talk, right? I'm always here. But I'm going to keep on digging, and I'm going to start making some phone calls and see if I can get some other people to dig a little bit deeper, right? Because I don't want to rattle the cage too much, right? But I do know there's something going on. It's my opinion that something big is going on December the 31st. It is my opinion that Lyft may be in some serious financial troubles if shareholders are cashing out and if they're doing these glitches on December the 31st. These are not conspiracy theories, ladies and gentlemen. This really happened on December the 31st. And what also happened in the days after, some people were paid out on the 1st. Some people still haven't been paid out. Some people only have received their fares. They have not received their tips. So there's a lot of bullshit going on that we have to break down and disseminate and get down to the bottom of it. Because I can tell you what, trusting my instinct, trusting my former days, my gut, I smell a rat. I smell a big rat. So your comments, please, and let me know. Email me, text me, my details are below. How did they treat you afterwards? Have they paid you in full? Are they coming back and say, we owe you tips, we owe you surge money? I will show a whole series of different emails and screenshots that drivers have received because of this glitch. And nothing adds up here. Have a great night. I'm going to pick up my clients at Tom Bradley right now, and I wish you the very best. God bless.